President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria has handed over 119 young protesters, among whom underaged children or minors who were arrested, detained more than 3 months and arraigned for treason by the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun led Nigeria police force for protesting against hunger and bad governance in the country by those flying Russian flags amongst others to express their grievances against the government. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu handed over the children on Tuesday to the Kaduna and Kano state governors at a ceremony held at State House in Abuja. Federal High Court in Abuja heard on Tuesday struck out the treasonable charges brought against the 119 Nigerians, including those detained since August for participating in the End Bad Governance protest. Justice Obiora Egwatu, the presiding judge, struck out the case following an application by MD Abubakar, counsel to the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF. Abubakar had applied to take over and discontinue the suit. At the session on Tuesday, Abubakar prayed the court to allow the AGF take over the charge. Vice President Kashim Shettima, while handing over the keys to their respective state governors, said, "On the directive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I formally handed over 112 suspects, 73 from Kano and 39 from Kaduna states, to their respective governors in a brief ceremony at the presidential villa." Delivering the president's message, I advised the 119 suspects arrested during the August 1st protests in Kano and Kaduna states to use the opportunity given to them by his presidential pardon to become responsible citizens of the country. I advised them to desist from acts that will lead to violence and destruction of public and private property as the federal government is finding solutions to challenges confronting the nation. Statement of the Vice President, Kashim Shettima, apparently showed that 112 of the 119 freed suspects were minors while the remaining 7 children may be above 18 years of age. This is further substantiated by the video recording of BBC Pidgin that showed some of the adults among the freed hunger protesters while they were inside government vehicle moving to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs as earlier directed by the President on Monday. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had, through the Minister of Information and Orientation, Mohammed Idris, on Monday ordered the unconditional release of all the minors and directed that panel of investigation being set up to investigate all security operatives for the arrest, detention and apparently ill treatments of the kids in detention and subsequent arraignment of the young Nigerian protesters. Kano State government, in a press release issued on Tuesday, said the government have fighting for the release of the suspects ever since they were arrested and detained by the Nigeria police force in line with human rights and rule of laws. In a significant victory for human rights and justice, the Federal High Court in Abuja has today discharged and acquitted 71 teenagers from Kano State who were arrested in connection with the End Bad Governance protest in August 2024. These young individuals, who were accused of treasonable felony after being found with Russian flags, have been cleared of all charges. Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has been unwavering in his commitment to securing the release of the teenagers, vowing to pursue all legal avenues to ensure their freedom. In a statement issued by Governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Bachir Dawakin Tofa, Governor Yusuf expressed gratitude for the collective efforts of human rights advocates, including renowned lawyer Femi Falana and others who fought tirelessly to secure the minors' release. The federal government has today withdrawn the treason charges against the minors, who were primarily from Kano State. This is a victory for justice and human dignity, said Suleiman Dansoho, one of the human rights lawyers representing the teenagers. He went on to praise Governor Yusuf for his dedication to the cause, noting that the governor's leadership and advocacy had been instrumental in ensuring the teenagers' freedom. We commend Governor Abba Yusuf for his unwavering support and commitment to human rights and the dignity of his people, Dansoho added. The teenagers are set to be formally handed over to Governor Yusuf by Vice President Kashim Shettima later today, before being flown back to Kano via Max Air. This landmark decision underscores the importance of safeguarding the rights of individuals, especially minors, and demonstrates the power of legal advocacy in the face of injustice. Sanusi Batilda Wakintofa, Director General, Media and Publicity, Government House, Kano stated. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, has vowed to examine lapses in the welfare and care of the minors in police custody. Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the first public relations officer, in a statement issued on Monday night said, following the recent remand and subsequent arraignment of some young individuals on Friday the 1st of November, the Inspector General of Police, while in Algiers, Algeria, for the African Union Mechanism for Police Cooperation Committee meeting, directed investigation into the conditions surrounding the care and welfare of these young persons while in police detention facilities. Upon receiving the investigative report today in Glasgow, where the IGP is currently participating in Interpol General Assembly, the IGP vowed to thoroughly examine it and take necessary actions to address any procedural lapses or concerns. To further ensure professionalism in investigation with emphasis on child-friendly investigation and care, the IGP has summoned all DCID and heads of investigation units to a conference and workshop on November 7, 2024, at the Police Resource Center, Jabi. The Nigeria Police Force reaffirms its commitment to upholding legal frameworks, ensuring fairness and accountability, especially for vulnerable groups.